Okay, so page 159, and we are busy doing squares, square root, cube root, squares, no man, and cube roots. Oh, you guys can't see up there, no?
Are we doing squares, square root, cube, and cube root?
Yes. Squares. Hey, say again. Yes. Sorry. And cubes. Yeah, that's perfect. Yes. Okay. Right. So let's look at the first example. When you have a fraction in a bracket and then to the power of 2, the main thing is to remember that to the power of 2 applies to everything inside the bracket. So you have one of two options. Option 1, the blue one, is put that square with each and everything inside the bracket. So you'll see I said 2 to the power of 2, and at the bottom 3 to the power of 2. Okay? Yeah. So that that's okay. And done. At the top, 2 to the power of 2 is going to be 4, and at the bottom, 3 to the power of 2 is going to be 9. That's option 1. Option 2 is, what does that square mean? It means that bracket must be multiplied with itself 2 times. So that's why I'm saying 2/3 times 2/3. Can you see I multiplied with itself twice? Put the phone down and focus. Are you guys good with that? And then when you get that, it looks like the previous examples that we also had. We're going to say we can't cancel out. So I multiply the top part. So the 2 times 2 gives me the 4. Then I multiply the denominators, the 3 times 3, and that gives me 9. You guys good with that? Can I skip? Yeah? Sorry? Oh, yes. Or. Can I skip? Right, example number 2. If I were to say 3/4 and that square, it would be the same as saying 3/4 times 3/4. But because I'm supposed to multiply whatever's in the bracket with itself 2 times. No. Or you could also have said 3 to the power of 2 over 4 to the power of 2. You guys still fine? Which means that at the top, I would have gotten 9, and at the bottom, 16. Any questions there?
Huh?
Yeah.
So when you write it out, can you write the first step? Like in the...
You can write either one of these two. Okay.
So like they both...
They're both correct. They're saying the same thing. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's... Yes, it is in simplest form. What can divide into both?
No.
Into 16. Shh, shh, shh. The what? This one. That one, yeah?
We don't have to write that. We can just write. But
Yes, if you only want to write this and then go to the final answer, it's fine. Okay? Right, can I skip? Okay. Now, example number 3. What if I have 2 1/3 to the power of 2 still? Now, inside that bracket, I have a mixed number. Now, please, people, you first have to change it to an improper fraction. So, very important. Change mixed numbers to an improper fraction. Okay, so change that to an improper fraction. What would it be? 7/3. Good. Still in brackets to the power of 2. Why do I keep that brackets there? Because if I were to take this away, it would look like that 2 only applies to the 7. Do you guys get why I'm saying that? Okay. If I took those brackets away, it looks like the 2, that to the power of 2, only applies to the 7. Okay. Right, so from there we said you could have written 7/3 times 7/3, or you could have written 7 to the power of 2 over 3 to the power of 2. And that means that it's going to give you 49/9. Yeah.
Can you not use the same method as like an example, like the 2 times 3?
This.
What's the same thing?
What?
I'm saying like not use the same method as like example one when you say 2 times 2 and then 3 times 2.
So you want to write out 2 1/3 times 2 1/3. Do you want to write that out like that?
No, man.
Yeah.
I think what Iana means is 2 to the power of 2 and then 1/3 to the power of 2.
Oh. No. Yeah, that's why I'm saying over here, you've got to change it to an improper fraction, because if I were to do that, let's quickly test. Don't write it down, people. I'm just testing. No? If, like you're saying, put that 2 with a 2 and put the 2 with a 3, the third, it would have been like this: 2 to the power of 2, 1 to the power of 2 over 3 to the power of 2, right? That's what you wanted to do. Okay, so 2 to the power of 2 would have given me 4, and then 1 to the power of 2 stays 1, 3 to the power of 2 becomes 9, and 49/9 is actually 5 4/9. So you see that it's going to be wrong, okay, because you are seeing it as the 2 and the third as 2 separate things, where actually it's 1. Okay, so it's one thing, keep it as 1. Huh, yes. Yeah. No. Remember, that is the same as 5 4/9, so it wouldn't be wrong if you wrote either one of these two. You could leave it as improper, but you didn't have to change to a mixed number unless I asked you to give your answer as a mixed number. Okay. Right, can I skip? Okay, so those were now the squares. So let's look at square roots. What do we know? Example? Thank you. Okay. if you have 4 over 9 and I want square root of that. Now, this part is important. Only because when we have square roots, we're not always allowed to break it up. We can only break it up when we multiply or divide. When it's adding or subtracting, then you can't break up squares or square roots. You can't break up square roots or cube roots. Okay? Just only when we multiply or divide. What are we doing here? 4 over 9 is actually 4 divided by 9. So that is why I am allowed to go and break it up. Okay. Maybe just make a note there. My only if we multiply or divide. Okay, so if I were to break it up, what do I mean by breaking it up? I'm saying square root of 4 over square root of 9. So can you see I didn't use it as one root? I broke it up. The top part in its own root and the bottom part in its own root. Do you guys understand? Right, now at the top, what is square root of 4? That's going to give me 2. At the bottom, what is square root of 9? 3. Right, and we couldn't go any simpler than that. You guys good? Yeah. The divide that I'm talking about is that divide. 4 over 9 is the same. Nee, wat ek nou gedoen? Right, eh? Say again? Are you sure? I'm just talking about what was inside the root. Okay. Can I move on to the next example? Five, no. Okay, so you guys try this one on your own. 9 over 16. Try on your own. He did do it on his own. Maar hy het dit hardop gedoen. You guys done? Okay, so because we're dividing, I was able to break it up and put the top part and the bottom part in its own square root. So square root of 9 would give me 3. And at the bottom, square root of 16 is going to give me 4. No, this is like 1, maybe 2 marks. But it's not going to stay like this. We're going to make it more complicated. No, you didn't have to. Yeah? Okay. Right, so last one. Example 6. Now I'm giving you 20 and 1 over 4 in a square root. So, same as what we previously had with the normal fractions. What would be my first step? There we go. Change the mixed number to improper fraction. Right, so quickly do this one for me.
I'm hearing leave it as the improper fraction, or do we have to change it up?
Yeah, los. You guys done? Yeah. You can just write the answer, but I want you to show me the improper fraction at least. Yeah. You guys done? Okay. So, to make it an improper fraction, 20 times 4 gave me 80 plus 1. So, I'm going to have 81 over 4. Okay, so then we break it up. Square root of 81 over square root of 4, which means that you're supposed to have 9 over. This one you could have skipped. Yeah. But you have to, or at least you have to have one of these two. Okay. Right. Any questions so far? No. Right. Homework. Yeah, but sometimes I leave like a one where you've got to make an assumption. Yeah. So it is a bit of struggling involved. Oh, okay, but you're going to have 1 year as well. People always go back and check on your calculator as well, no? Okay. There might be two that you are going to say, what? Okay. Right. You guys can get started.